Start it up.
Time for the Wednesday win. Get this damn thing turned off. Boom! Here we go. Thank y'all for tuning back in. It's Thursday, Wednesday. Give me a day's confused. I'm still on Thailand time. I'm still on Thailand time. Still trying to get it together. It is Thursday, Wednesday, the Wednesday Ram. Thank y'all for tuning in to Cheat Not Broke. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Help your boy out. We're trying to get some more subscribers, some more followers, all that good stuff. Please and thank you. You're very much appreciated. Tonight, what are we talking about tonight? You saw the topic. $100 million not enough. $100 million not enough. We're talking about Odell Beckham tonight and the comments he made on the pivot. What he said on the pivot. Now, I don't really necessarily know if I can play what he said. I would like to, but I don't know if that's gonna work out. Cause I don't want no problems with them people. I don't want no problems with them. What the hell? That is not my camera. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's the wrong camera. Oh no. The camera cut off. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. That's what happened with that. We're gonna break. Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my camera. Oh my gosh. This sucks. Back in business. We're back in business. I hope. Boom. Yep, we're back in business. Here we go. There it is. Technical difficulties. I am the show producer and everything. So, whatever. We'll deal with that later. All right. So, yes, we're back on. Tonight we're talking Odell Beckham and what he said about the $100 million contract. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can look at this. Let me pull up what he said. Exactly what he said. Maybe, let me see. Maybe we can listen to it. No, I think we can share. I think we're going to take a chance. We're going to take a damn chance. We're going to show it anyway. We're going to show it anyway. Damn it. We're going to show it anyway. Because we want to see it. Odell Beckham Jr. Here we go. All right, here we go. So take a listen to what he said, and then we're going to talk about it. Here we go.
If I didn't have $1 in my account right here today as we speak, I'm going to be straight for the rest of my life. No question, right? I don't think everybody is in that. And when you've sacrificed your whole life to get here, and you're like, yeah, I played 10 years in the league. And I always explain this to people, like, bro, you give somebody a 5-year, $100 million contract, right? What is it really? It's 5 years for 60. You're getting taxed. Do the math. That's 12 a year, that you have to spend, use, save, invest, flaunt, like whatever, however, just being real. I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna get my mama a house, I'm gonna do, everything costs money. So if you're spending $4 million a year, that's really $40 million over 5 years, 8 a year, And now you start breaking down the numbers. It's like that's a 5-year span of where you're getting $8 million. Can you make that last forever? And you always hear the people who ain't us and ain't been in the position like, oh, well, that would last a lifetime. If I didn't have $1 in my account.
There it is. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said he'd be straight for the rest of life. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't doubt that. But what he said was, basically he's just breaking down the numbers. He was breaking down the numbers. He said, hey, look, you get 12 a year after taxes, breaks down to 60, and then after that, so forth and for. So, I think it just depends on what kind of lifestyle you live in. Personally, it just depends on what kind of lifestyle you live in, because number one, if you're famous, it's going to cost you a little more money. You need security. You got to keep up with the Joneses. You got to buy a certain type of clothes because you're running with a certain type of crowd. So if you're famous with $60 million, I'm pretty sure that's a different situation than being not famous with $60 million. You don't have to buy security or anything like pay for security. Maybe you do. You might still want to feel safe. But if you're not famous, you don't have to pay for the PR and all that other stuff. You still got to pay all the other expenses, but fame just costs a little more money. Probably got to buy a certain amount of clothes. You have to maintain an image when you're famous, because you're famous. You got to maintain that image. Or, you got to think there's something wrong with you. But when you're not famous, no image to maintain, because nobody knows you. Nobody cares who you are. You can do what you want. So I think that has something to do with it. And what else he said was, find yourself, mama house, yourself a car. Let me tell you something. A house is a lot of money, because not only do you have to buy the house, you have to pay homeowners insurance, property taxes, mortgage, right? This house is probably empty. You got to put some stuff in the house. What's in the house? What's in the house? You got to buy some furniture. You buy a new. What, you going to buy a new house and you going to make them pay for the furniture? Probably not. Especially you got millions of dollars. Well, you're not going to furnish it for me? I don't have no furniture money. You got to furnish the house, all that. And then, you got to upkeep. Utility bills going to come every month. And just different things. Are they working? If not, you got to put groceries in the house. You got to still get them out. Not only do you have to pay for the house, keep the house up, you probably still got to give them a stipend or give them some money to live off of, because they probably don't work. And you got to pay for all that too. So everything costs money. You got to pay for all this stuff. All these things must be paid for. And who's going to do it? Who's going to do it? Oh, man, where's my comment box at? There we go. Yeah, who's going to pay for all these things? So, I can imagine. I don't know how much that's going to cost you a month, but it's going to cost you a little bit of money. Now, listen, like wealthy people, $60 million is probably nothing to them. Nothing. Because they got that kind of money. But I don't know. I'm not a millionaire, so I wouldn't know. But I'm just saying, on the outside looking in, can you make it the rest of your life off that money? I just think it depends on how you're living your life. It depends. If you're just a person living a modest lifestyle, if you're probably making like between $100,000 and $500,000, say, that much. You can probably make that kind of money if you want to live the same life. I'm pretty sure you're going to get some nice things. You're going to move up a little bit, but nobody said you have to go live a multi-million-dollar life. Maybe you do want to get a new house. Okay, great. I don't know if you're going to pay it off or not. But get a new house, get you a couple new vehicles. That doesn't have to cost you even $1 million. It depends on how big your house, how big that house is, how many cars, and what type of cars are you going to get. It's going to make a big difference. That's going to make a huge difference. Now, then you got to have people working for you. Now, do you need a private chef? No, not necessarily. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you need a private chef. You still might like to cook your own food and do your own thing. So, in that situation, you might, not need a private chef. Some people, and here's the thing. When you get $60 million, I'm pretty sure you got access to a whole lot of people with a whole lot more money. You got $60 million. Look at the company you're keeping. You're not around no poor people no more. You're around people with money. You're around $60 million and you're the richest person in the room. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. If you got $60 million and you got the least amount of money in the room, well, that's good company. And I'm sure you have other ways to you can become an angel investor, because you have access to companies and other things long before it even gets to the public. You can get your money in that. Just imagine being an angel investor. Uber. Where are you now? Angel investor in, Amazon. Name a bunch of these companies. Your angel investor, because you can become an angel investor when you get a lot of money. People know you. You know, they call you, hey man, I'm getting this deal, and then now you make money with your money. You don't have to make money with your manual labor. You don't have to make money with your time, because a lot of people with jobs, we're trading money for time. I'm one of them. You give them your time, you get your money. Well, when you get a lot of money, you give them your money, you get more money back. Now I don't need any of my time. I can just make money with my money. I'll go to work, do what I want, or you can live off the drip. Put 60 million. Let's see. How much would 60 million bring in interest a year? How much will 60 million? Because I know you're not gonna put up all 60 million. I'm just curious. How much will 60 million bring in a year in interest? How much will that be? He said he'll have 60 million. How much would that be? How much will 60 million be in interest? Let's see. Here's some breakdown. Interest 1% over 60 million. 60 million. Ooh, shit. Annual interest on 60 million. 1% interest, basic savings or treasury bills. 60 million times 1% is 600,000. 3% high yield savings CDs, safe bonds will bring in 1.8 million a year. 5% interest, bonds, fund, mixed and service, 3 million a year. 7% interest on stock market average return, 4.2 million. 10% interest, high risk investing, 6 million a year. Sheesh. Even on the low end, if you're getting 1% off of that money, you're making 600,000. That's probably what you look. Okay, let's be clear. All right, let's say you're making 100 grand right now, right? 100 grand, and you put 60 million of it up. Okay, now you're making 600,000. Okay, let's change the number. You're making 600,000. What does this mean? Even at 3 to 5% interest, OJ's take home 60 million could bring in 1.8 interest or 3.3 a million, doing very little. That's 150,000, 250 per month just in interest. This is why people say 60 million is enough, but only if you don't overspend and you invest smartly. You just can't go do it. You can't go have it all. You can't do it all. But let's see. Let's say you kept 20. I'm gonna keep 20 for me. I'm gonna keep 20 to myself to play with, and I'm gonna invest 40. 40 million. How much will 40 million bring me in? 40. Let's see. 40 times 5%, 2 million a year, 166,000 a month. Bonds and treasuries. Times 6%, 2.4 a year, 200,000 a month. Index fund, stock market average. Long liquid return, 40 million, 7%, 2.8 a year. 40 million, 10%, 4 million a year. Real estate rise 6%, 40 million at 10%, 4 million a year. And 4 million a year by 12. That's got a couple hundred. That's like 200 something thousand a month. Yep, something like that. But even if you're making 2.4 million a year, you're making 200,000 a month. I mean, you can live two ways. You can live off of that 200,000-300,000 a month, and then, I mean, let's say if you're living off of 200,000-300,000 a month, I mean that's still reasonable. That's what some people make in a year, 200,000-300,000 a month. And what do you spend all that money on? If you got 200-300, let's say you got 200,000 a month. Let's say you only spend 50,000 a month. You got $150 laying over, so you're still saving money. Because I'm sure you're not going to spend it. See, now this is where things get tricky. You can get yourself in a situation where you do have to spend all that 200,000 a month, and then you're down to a few dollars because you got so many things and so many payments due. You got a boat, got the house, got the cars. Yeah, that might exceed over 200,000 a month. Now, if you got some stuff paid off, that 200,000 a month, and if you're only spending 50 grand a month, you got 150 left over. Now what? Let's see. Let's say if I spend 50,000 out of that one, if I spend 50,000 out of that one, 200,000, I got what I got? All right, right here. I got 150,000. Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. What am I doing? 150,000. Yep. So let's say if you only spend 50,000 a month and you keep that and you bank that 150, you have 1.8 at the end of the year. At 1.8 a year. So I mean, even if you're running through, like most people will never have 50 grand at their fingertips a month to play with. And if you got 200,000, and let's just say you can keep your budget to 50, maybe even 75, you still can walk away with another $1 million each year. Over 10 years, if you only keep it like that, you got $10 million. Not to mention the money you already got. So you can start drawing the drip off of that too. You just can't do it all. You just can't do it all. You can do a whole lot, just can't do it all. And I think people just want to do it all. But you can do, like, come on, 200,000 a month? That's a lot of money. And you don't work, and you're not working for the money. I'm not giving any of my physical labor or my time. I got all of the time in my hands, and I'm making 200,000 a month. What all are you gonna do? What all are you gonna do? I mean, think about your lifestyle right now. You're making 200,000 a month. What you about to do? 200,000 a month? Come on. 20. You just spending 50, which could be on the high end or not, depending on what you're doing. You just spend 50 a month, and you don't have to spend 50 every month. You can keep the expenses low. Let's say you're only spending 15. I mean, you can budget, you can make it work. I'm telling you, you can really work. You can really make it work. It just depends on what you're trying to do. You get the car, pay the car off. Probably not gonna get no Rolls Royce or nothing like that. Get something else. Just rent the Rolls Royce when you want it. Rent the cars. Why go buy the cars? You can rent them. That's what I would do. If I had that kind of money, I'm just gonna rent the car and take it back. Why? Because I don't really. I'm not driving it all the time. I only need it for certain occasions. And after that, take it back. Why not? Why not? Now, let's see. What else do you got? What else did it say here? Let's see. Let me get some other points. Oh, yes. Now, why a $100 million contract doesn't equal wealth? Taxes deduction, high federal taxes, state, jock taxes for out-of-state games, agent union fees significantly reduce take-home pay, short career span and risk of an injury. NFL careers are often shorter than public assumes. If a player gets injured or released early, future earnings can vanish fast. Lifestyle, inflation, big expenses, luxury homes, cars, jewelry, supporting extended family, security, upkeep. These add up. If unchecked, they can drain large portions of big paycheck quickly. Poor financial literacy, mismanagement. OBJ hinted that many athletes aren't taught or prepared to manage sudden wealth. Without discipline in saving and investing, even millions can disappear. Damn right. I don't have to have it to know it. Let's see, what was the last thing? Public versus granted money confusion. The $100 million is often a gross figure included in bonuses, incentives, and non-guaranteed amounts. If it doesn't mean a player gets all of it. NFL contracts are complicated, and actually earnings depend on many conditions. So yeah, you may even get all that money. You're not even get all of that money. But yeah, like I said, maybe you're gonna be wealthy, but it just depends on what you do. You probably can't get a yacht. You can probably go rent one every now and then. Fly private, $200,000 a month. Nah, probably not. I fly first class though, but I'm not flying private. Private's expensive. Probably gonna cost me too much money. I don't want to do that. What would you do for your $200,000? If you had $200,000 a month, what y'all doing with that money? How much are you spending a month? Drop a comment. Let me know. How much are you spending a month if you have $200,000 a month? $200,000 at your disposal a month. A month. Let's see. Can I? I want to institute a poll, but it's okay. All right. Here we go. Comments. I think Beckham tries to keep up with the Joneses. He mentioned flaunting. I'm sure he wants to look like he has. If he makes $100 million, that lifestyle is what will cost him. That is correct. Agreed. I agreed. 205-738. The lifestyle gonna cost you. You still gotta pay taxes on that year. You still, so even on that 200,000, you might only be taking home 175 because you gotta tax that money. But when you get rich, you got ways to circumvent the system, but you still gotta pay something. You still gotta pay sales tax on that stuff you buy. So nobody's not paying taxes at all. Somebody has to pay taxes. But people have other ways to avoid them. They have other ways to avoid paying them taxes. That's what they have. But yeah, drop a comment. Let me know what would you do with that $200,000. You can buy a house. It don't have to be no mansion. You can get your house and see. But thing is, they're gonna have to give you that money big time up front, like lump sum. You're gonna have to get that money up lump sum to do some of these things, because otherwise, if I'm not mistaken, NFL players get paid every 2 weeks. So whatever your signing bonus is, that big money up front, you're gonna have to go make it happen with that. So, but I know these guys are getting like big checks. I know some of these guys NFL players get like $100,000, $107,000 a week. It gets crazy. It really does. So yeah, drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on it. What do you think about it? Yeah, I just think, but yeah, also, like I said, I think Odell like to keep up with the Joneses. He says he's gonna buy a house, a car, all these other things. It's gonna cost money. You can keep the same car. You keep the same car, doing the hell you want to do. 5 to 10 and use the rest to make money. Yep. Chat Robert 626. Yep, you can 5, 10 and use the rest to make money. Look. I think two things. It depends on when you come into the money, because if you come into the money in your early 20s, you're probably going to act a fucking fool. You can't help yourself. But you come into that money like your late 30s, 40s. Some people might act a fool. Most people won't. It just depends. Because me, I'm a scarcity type person. I'm going to feel like all the money's going to run out, so I'm going to hoard it. Like, no, hell no, we can't do all that. We can do something, but we can't do all that. We can do a little bit, not that. But we can do something, just not all that. But we can do something. We can't spend all the money. Hell no, can't do it. Can't happen. Because you still got to pay taxes, still got other things. And now you got other expenses. You got to pay other people, because you got that kind of money coming in. You got to have a lawyer. You need a lawyer. You got millions. You got to have a lawyer, baby. You can't be out there. You can't be out there asking ChatGPT shit. Not with that kind of money. You need a lawyer. Got to have a lawyer. Might have a wealth management company. Somebody helping you manage the money. Because there's a lot of things that got to go on with that kind of money. You're probably not just sitting there doing that stuff on your phone. So you got to get some help there, and whatever else you might need. But you got to pay some people to help you with that kind of stuff. You're not just doing this alone. You're not. Yeah. So, because when you want to do different things, you're going to need your lawyer to look over it. Or, keep you protected. All that stuff. All those things. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if let's say you're getting the 60 million or the 40 million, and you're living off the interest. Why can't you find another way to make money? Because look, like I was just saying, other people, but you can also, it's just so many. Look, everybody knows money attracts money, right? Money attracts money. It's easier to find a job when you got a job, because you're not worried about money, not stressed out. So you can pick and choose what you truly want when you have a job, rather than you don't have a job. You got to take what's given to you, because you need the resources that bad. So you can find another job. You can do something. You can figure out another way to make money. $60 million? Come on. Now, he's famous. He can do all kind of stuff. Like some of these athletes, they go into broadcast TV and make a lot of money, or do other things. They just make a lot of money. You can go make commercials. You can do a lot of stuff. Make it off your fame. Or let's say you're not famous. You can make it off investing. Find some good people to help you figure it out. Or you might just, I don't know, you might be good at something else that you can make a lot of money from. Whatever the case is, you got $60 million, you're going to the top of the food chain. That's right. That is right. Now, I don't know if you want to go be a Bass Pro fisherman. I don't know if they care about that. They're going to know you sucks. You don't fish. What are you doing? They're not going to care about that. But, yeah, me personally, like I said, I'm putting the money up. I'm living off the interest. And I'm going to find me something else to do because I want to keep making some money. But now I'm going to feel like, all right, I have an opportunity to go find something that's paying pretty good. Paying pretty good, you know. Because, you know, I wouldn't just sit home, you know. I'm still going to keep telling my jokes. I'm probably going to give me a studio, start filming, and rent it out, do some stuff like that. I got a lot of stuff I would do. But it's not about me. It's not about me. But I kind of understand what he was saying. Like, ultimately, he was giving a breakdown. Everything sounded good until he said, you know, spurge a little bit. I think that's where he rubbed people the wrong way. But other than that, everything he said is valid. It's valid. $103 million breaks down to $60 million. You get paid this many times. This is your take-home pay. That's it. That's all. That's what they got for you. That's what they got for you. But you know what? Also, there's a documentary on Netflix if you have some time. I mean, not Netflix. Let me look it up. It's Lotto winners. It's a story about lottery winners. I think it's a story. I think it's a series. It might be a series, but they show different lottery winners and what people are going through with the lottery money. Some are having this one couple. Oh man, they just couldn't help themselves. They had to buy and spend every penny. Like, you guys are fucking fools. And then there's other couple. They were living pretty modest. And there's three couples. One guy, he was living on a motorcycle. He was just going place to place. He had all the money. Called his accountant, check on his money. But he was just riding around. I said, man, that's dangerous with that kind of money. I'm sitting my ass still so I can enjoy the money. What good is it if you go get your ass run over by a bus? You can't even spend the money. Hell no, not me. Not I. 60 million. Let's run through the number. High yield savings account, 4.5%. 40 million, 5%. 200,000 a year. Ugh, that's good money. That is good money. Keep that money put up. If you need it, get it out. Do what you gotta do with it. There you go. You heard it here first. They'll be playing with the people money now. They come get you. They will come get your ass. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna take a break real quick. We'll be right back. I don't know why I got that mask up there. I need to take that down. Head on over to cheapnotbroke.com. Grab yourself some merchandise, please, and thank you. All your support helps the channel. You can also go to Patreon and grab some stuff. I got some exclusive Thailand videos I will be putting on Patreon. Look out for them next week. So please and thank you. You very much appreciate it. All right. We're talking $100 million. We're talking Odell Beckham. What the hell? That's a lot of money. That depends on who you ask. Is that a lot of money? That really depends on who you ask. But hey, I have no problem with it. I understood where he was coming from. I understand exactly where he was coming from. So it didn't bother me at all. Here we go. All right, so we're going to get on to it. We got to get on to this interesting news, everybody. Shall we? So, pull my hair on. Okay, let's get on to it. Let's get on to this. Let's get on with it right now. I need to know. Show me. Tell me. There we go. Screeching halt. How Hacho MTA hails better traffic in Manhattan from congesting pricing. But drivers say pump the brakes. Oh yeah, because she's probably lying. Because she making money for them people. She making money for people, so she probably lying. Let's see. Anatomy fixers say what? Anatomy of execution. Killer son laid in wait to ambush him. Oh yeah, no, we don't want that. That's evil. We don't want that shit. We want the business. We want the business side of the game. There we go. Netflix. Oh yeah, I read this already. Netflix acquisition of Warner Brothers Studio and HBO Max would face Department of Justice antitrust opposition. Hell yeah, it would. It would face a lot of competition. Okay. I guess it don't want to work. Oh. It's me. Oh man, it's my computer. Oh man, I'm frozen. What's going on here? Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. There we go. I don't know who the hell that is. Who is it? All right, here we go. Netflix acquisition of Warner Brothers Studio and HBO Max would face Department of Justice emphasis. Yeah, true, because now you're going to have one behemoth and we're not going to have no competition. It's going to be really hard to get jobs as actors. You got to go through those guys to get work. That can be a problem. Wait, where's the story at? Where's the story at? Oh, I ain't click on story? Oh, okay. There we go. So stop playing with me. Netflix is making headway wooing. Oh, shoot. I know what that means. We got to close that. My computer's going to crap out on me. Nope. I got to close it. I know what that was going to do. I knew exactly what that was going to do. Nope. Yeah. I'm about to read this off my phone, ladies and gentlemen, because I did not take last couple episodes off of the computer, and the computer will crash. So we're not going to have that happen. We're not going to have that happen. Oh, shoot. Let me just move out. All right, cool. We're still rolling. Bet. Okay, so let me pull up the news here. I'll have that fixed by tomorrow. So you can say, man, you got a new, oh man, NY. Here we go. All right. And this. Come on. All right, yes. Netflix is making headway wooing Warner Brothers with an offer for media giant's Hollywood studio streaming service. Bam. There we go. Streaming service, but proposed face deals mounting opposition from the Trump administration on Monday has learned. As Post exclusively reported in an earlier this week, senior White House officials who speak directly to President Trump held a meeting about 10 days ago voicing opposition to Netflix mega deal over concerns that it would give the company too much market power. You're damn right it would. No, yeah, right there. There we go. Meanwhile, the bid also would face static from the Department of Justice Antitrust Division led by Department of Chief Gail Slater and her senior reporters who have recently had a series of meetings on Warner Bros. Discovery break-off sources. If Netflix wins the bidding battle to control HBO Max, Warner Brothers Studio, and Slater Company, how Department of Justice comes, would launch a sweeping multi-layer investigation according. Yep. Netflix has been running around Washington trying to convince everyone that their deal is fine. So they're spending that money. They're running around Washington and spending that money. Boys probably spend $100 million, $200 million. Who knows? They'll spend it, but they're trying to spend that money to win. We already know what that is. Let's see. What's this? Just 30 people a month get into these wildly popular Gen Z dinners. What are these? I never heard of this. On a recent Saturday night carriage house in Lower East Manhattan side, handpicked a crowd of Gen Z creatives and entrepreneurs sipped absinthe, watched a magician work miracles with a wrinkle in time, and danced to house music to 2:30 a.m. Anyone not on the list was turned away, no matter what where they worked or what they done or what school they gone to. It was the 20th gathering of Third Space in the ultra-exclusive monthly event series that has become one of the most sought-after invites for young New Yorkers with big ideas and big ambitions. Guests include Terry Warner, 19, Theo Fellow, the emotionally capable robot, Mark Began, the 26-year-old founder of HyperCard, and the hybrid corporate personal credit card backed by Sam Altman. The series co-founder Jack Snake's third series receives only 100 applicants per week, but less than 3% those comply and attend. Typically 30-person dinners, priced around $150. Most get in. Most are referred by other attendees. All are vetted via phone, so Saks can gauge fit, curate, and seating chart. Wow, so they got these exclusive dinners. $150, that's not bad, I guess, but and then you get there, it'd be some booty. You'd be upset, like, man, I spent all this money and this stuff is booty. I ain't appreciate this. No, I don't think I would do that. Not something I'd be interested in. Let's see, Rivian. You ever heard of Rivian? Rivian is a new electric car. They look okay, but I think they're really expensive. Rivian called 34,842 electric delivery vans after identifying a safety recall. Rivian recalled 34,824 electric delivery vans after identifying a safety defect that could stop the driver's seat belt from restraining occupants in a crash, the EV maker said in the notice. The electric delivery vans models affected by recall, announced November 18th, are potentially used in Amazon's delivery fleet. The vans in question were pronounced December 10th. Well, if you got a Rivian van, take it in, because you don't want to have no problems. It's not going to have your seatbelt. You need your seatbelt to catch you, so you don't want no problems with that. If you got a Rivian van, take it in. Check your email or call down there to make sure everything is everything. All right. Yeah, I heard about that. Nope. Okay, that's right. Nope, that's not it. 1.5 million. Oh shoot! Why did that thing came up? 1.5 million bags of shredded cheese sold at Walmart recalled over metal contamination fears. More than 1.5 million bags of shredded cheese sold at retailers including Walmart and Target have been recalled after the Ohio-based manufacturer warned of may contain metals. Great Lakes Cheese, we don't eat that. The Hiram, Ohio-based firm, initiated the voluntary acting multiple brands sold at more major retailers. The recall, which began October 3rd, stems from the potential metal fragments in the supplier's raw material, prompting regulators to describe as a downstream recall across several products. Well, don't you think most people ate that stuff by now since it's October? FDA classified act on dishes from 1, and the recall remains active. The affected cheese, including mozzarella, Italian-style blends, pizza blends, mozzarella-based mixes, was distributed in 31 states, Puerto Rico retailers, including Walmart, Target, and Aldi. The bans in the findings of the link include the brands in the findings have to include Borden, Berkshire's, Catch Valley Creamery, Coburn Farms, Great Value, Happy Farms Food Club, blah, 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 blah. Whole bunch of stuff. So, you got that shredded cheese. Take it back. It's going to shred you up on the inside. Hello, son. Hello, mom. Thank you for watching. Yeah, take that stuff back. It's bad for you. You don't need it. And what else we got? Gas pricing thing. Oh yeah, make your Christmas plan. Listen, like I said, I'm keep saying it out here. Don't let nobody pressure you into buying no Christmas gifts that you can't afford. I know some people, things were tough this year. They lost their jobs, all those other different things. Don't let nobody bully you into spending any money that you don't have. You do the best you can, because some people get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So you got one more check before Christmas. You got to make it last. Stretch it out. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about what you can't do for Christmas. Okay? You got to look out for yourself and be smart, because you got to have somewhere to stay. Oh, I bought you something to give. Can I come stay with you? Because from your gift, I didn't get the premium rent. Nope, nobody's going to accept that. So you got to take care of you. Make sure you look out and take care of business. Exactly what you got to do. Exactly what you got to do. All right. So overall, I think the 60 million, like Odell Beckham said, it depends on the kind of lifestyle you want to live. It just depends on the kind of lifestyle you want to live. That's it. If you want to spend the money, you can, but you can also live off the drip, which is the interest. You can live off the drip, like I said, if by 5% makes it 1.8 million. It's a lot of money. That's some money most people never see. So for you to be making that, hey, you can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of stuff. $200,000 a month, you can do a lot of stuff. You don't need to do everything, but you can do a lot of stuff. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Everybody watching right now, just a click of the thumb, hit that subscribe, hit that like button, hit that like button. Until then, we're going to be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we will be here Thursday night tomorrow. So make sure you tune in and hear what's going on here on Cheap Not Broke Fam. Odell Beckham. But yeah, he's about done with his career anyway, because he's getting a little up there, a little older. He's been hurt a lot. So we're going to see. We're going to see. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all tuning in. We're going to be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, more Malcolm, more me, all that. So, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for coming out. I'm sounding like I'm at a show. Oh man, like I'm about to wrap up hosting the show. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see you next time. Good night. That's how I usually end the shows. But no, the comedy shows rather, not these shows. I can't find my outro. Intro, outro. Here we go. Bam. So, yes, we'll see you all tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Cheap Not Broke Fam. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Grab yourself some cheapnotbroke.com. Until then, I'll see you later.